right, so I want to show you a few things about 3.7% of change. So there are a lot of good applications to this. So first thing is you want to use a proportion to figure out any kind of a percent of increase or decrease. So the top left is going to be the amount of increase or decrease. The bottom left is always going to be the original amount. The top right is always the rate, that's the actual percent that goes up or down. The bottom right will be the 100, it'll always be there. Okay? Alright, let's try a problem. So let's say, and I won't normally have these solved, I'll solve them live just today, it'll be the only time. Alright, so we have percent of increase or decrease. So we start off with 50, and we have a new amount that's 70. So the first thing you have to do is figure out the amount of increase or decrease. So you can see, at least I'll highlight some things. So you see that I took the numbers and subtracted them. The order actually doesn't matter at all. You always want to have a positive amount that you increase or decrease. And then you set up your proportion. So the top left is the actual amount that you increase or decrease. The bottom left is the original amount. So this is the original amount. See that? And then the top right is just the R. You try and find the percent of increase or decrease. And then the bottom right is the 100. So we just cross multiply to solve this. It's 50R equals 2,000. And then we just divide by 50. And that's 40%. You would just look and see what's logical. It goes from 50 and then it goes to 70. So is that an increase or a decrease? And so logically, we would say that that's an increase. So that's a 40% increase. Okay. All right, next problem. Let's say the price for a gallon of gas went from $2 to $3.15 in 2 months. And we're like, gosh, that seems like a lot. What's the percent of increase? Well, what we do first is we have to figure out how much did it actually increase or decrease. So we take $3.15 and we subtract $2. And we notice that $1.15 is actually how much it increased or decreased. So we need that first. So then we think about setting up our proportion. So this is the amount, that it went up, $1.15. The original amount, that's a really big deal. So if you go back to the problem, it says it went from $2 to $3.15. So $2, you can see, is the original amount. Okay. So that's what we're going to put in the top left. Bottom left. And then we have the x, and we have the 100, so we're just going to cross multiply x or r, whatever you want to use. So this is 2x equals 115. You'll notice that when we multiply by 100, it moved the decimal place over 2 spots. And then we divide by 2, and it's 57.5%. And again, is that a percent increase or decrease? Well, you look back, and it goes from $2 to $3.15, so of course it's an increase. Ooh, touchy little guy again. So yeah, so that's an increase. Okay. All right. Next question, we have these are types of problems that you have to figure out as well. So let's say you have a dog toy and it's 20% off of the original price. And we know the original price is $3.80. We want to know what is the discounted price. Well, first thing you have to do is figure out what's 20% of $3.80. And this is where I don't go into the proportions. I just think it's easier. Whenever you want to find a percent of anything, you just take that dollar amount and you multiply by the percent. So if I want 20% of $3.80, then I just take $3.80. I multiply it by 0.20. Of course, that's what 20% is as a decimal, because you just move it over 2 spots. So we get 76 cents. That's actually the discount. Okay? So it depends on what they ask. If they say, what's the discount, then it's 76 cents. If they say, hey, how much is this thing going to cost me now? Well, then we obviously need to take the discount and subtract it from the original price. So $3.80 minus 76 cents. This is now the price. That's the discounted price, right? Okay. So this is the discounted price. All right. Now the hardest types are these, where you have price of an item, you have to figure out the discount, and then you also have to figure out the tax. So they're not too bad. You just start from the beginning. So we have a Gucci purse, let's say, $150. It's discounted though, so that's a good thing. It's 15% off. So, and then we've got to pay some tax. So let's figure out how much this thing costs. So it's 150 times 15%. So we just multiply those two together, and we get $22.50. That's the discount. We would take that discount and we would subtract it, of course, from the original price. So 150 minus 22.50, that gives us 127.50. That's the discounted price. And then, you know, Uncle Sam, he has to get his money paid for. Teachers, police officers, firemen, roads, etc. So we got to pay tax. So we're going to multiply 127.50 and we're going to multiply it by 8%. So that's 0.08. And that will get you your tax. Well, then people ask sometimes, they say, should we subtract that or should we add that? Well, you know you're adding that because it's going to cost you more because of tax. So we add those two together, and that's your final price, $1.37 or $137.70. Okay? All right, let me see. Last example is, again, kind of a real-world question. Let's say that someone got a raise. Let's say they got a 6% raise, and you're trying to figure out, you know, how much money they make. So what you would do is you would do a similar deal. You know, you take your You take your $9.25 and you just multiply. If somebody says, "Hey, you get a 6% raise," you just multiply it by 0.06, and that gives you a 0.555 increase. And you'd round it to the nearest cent. So really, I should change that to, you know, probably 56 cents, because that's what they do. So we would add that, and so we would get, so I'm probably a little off, I rounded it at the end, but I would get the same thing. I ended up getting $9.81 once I added, you know, this plus 56 cents. All right, so it's good. It's a good amount. Now, I think I've got just one more question, like, is 55 cents or 56 cents even a big deal? Like, should you get excited about that? Well, I think you could. So, is 55 cents a big increase per hour? Well, let's figure it out. If someone works full time, 55 cents, well, I should have used 56 cents, but 55 cents would be $22 a week extra. And then that would be $88 a month if you multiply that by 4 weeks, which months are even more than 4 weeks, a little bit. So $88 a month, think about it. What could you buy? I mean, you could buy pretty much, you could get any cell phone plan, you could get the unlimited data. I think I've seen Sprint. So that's pretty good, $88. And then if you multiply that, of course, by 12, or if you take the $22 and you multiply that by 52 weeks, that would be more accurate. You get $1,232 a year. So it's nothing to sniff out. That's actually a good chunk of change. So that should help. That's pretty much what you do. Rate of, whenever you're figuring out a percent of increase or decrease, you set up a proportion. All the other types of problems, I think, are just easier, just to multiply by the percentage to figure it out. Okay? Hopefully that helps. We should be ready to solve some problems. Please bring your textbook so we can just do the homework problems in class, and I can be there to help.